Mr. Puzzles is a character that's been on quite the journey, and I don't dislike him or anything, but I feel like he has a lack of focus. I definitely could have said direction, but he suffers from not having a true focus to his character. I can appreciate what they're trying to do with his character, and continue to do with his character, but I just think he has a lack of focus. I would have rathered him just stay dead, but I can see what they could still do with his character. It is actually kind of a nice change of pace. SMG4 is a series that really likes to kill off its villains and then never do more with them. So hey, why not do more with Mr. Puzzles? There's a few ideas you could squeeze out of him, right? Right? Well, they did squeeze out a few of their ideas, and it just exploded into this oddly confusing thing that you don't even know what you're looking at. It seems like when he got introduced, he would be this pretty intimidating foe, and he definitely was for a little while, until he wasn't. He was just kind of devolved into a goofball. That's not to say I hate this as a characteristic to Mr. Puzzles. I mean, after all, he is a dude with a TV head and he's overly tall. Why wouldn't Mr. Puzzles be goofy? The whole thing about this is that they want to have their cake and eat it too. So which is it? Is Mr. Puzzles supposed to be a threat or a goofball? I'm not gonna deny that Mr. Puzzles wasn't a threat, but in his own movie he gets like outsmarted by Mario, and then gets scared and runs off. And once he gets defeated, he just cries about it. And then he comes back and the characters just make a sorta self-aware joke about it. And then he tries to go to the meme factory to steal something, and then he's down in the dumps, and after that he's being serious again. This whole order of events is not a bad concept, but it happens kinda too fast. They're just jumping to the next idea, and there's not really much of a clear structure to it. I think you get around only 2 videos to establish what is going on with Puzzles as of recently, and then they jump to the big climax. I just can't accept Puzzles going back to being this evil mastermind again, after the last few videos having him doing something cartoonishly evil. Now having Puzzles go back to being insane does make somewhat sense. I could see why he would go out of his way to take over to Disneyland, and then go out of his way to kill SMG4 and his friends, but he's lost around 2 times in a row, maybe you can even say 3, and I just don't really feel impacted by this. If you wanted me to feel this way, you'd have to have more episodes to establish all of this. You can't just have 2 of them and then expect me to go, oh, alright, he's back to being serious, so I guess I'm gonna take him seriously again. And from what I know, I'm just gonna say it now, I didn't watch the recent Mr. Puzzles episodes, but I do know what happens in them. SMG4 tries to call the police for some reason, even knowing that he kicked him into the sky one time and maybe could send him to another dimension or something. Mr. Puzzles gets put into an insane asylum. This is something that I would expect from Batman, not this series. With some of the Batman villains, it sorta does make sense that they would go to jail, but Mr. Puzzles has a bunch of different abilities. How is that gonna do anything? SMG4 could have just called the police earlier and then resolved this problem quicker. It just seems like they wanted to get rid of him in a more non-drastic way, so they did that. And it seems like they'll be doing more with his character. I don't hate Mr. Puzzles. I'm glad they tried to keep him around in some capacity to do more with him. I just think the execution wasn't all that great. Having him get jumped by the police just loses me, but I guess I still have a place for him in my heart somewhere, so he will probably be back once again, but I don't think much will change. I just wanted to fully touch upon this, and that's basically it, and I'll see you guys next time, and bye.